Hello everyone, good morning and salam sejahtera buat kita semuanya. First opening, thank you all for joining my presentation today. Let me just start by introduce myself. My name is Egberto Fragansa Surawinata. My name is 20 B1 0080 and you can call me Ibet. I am a student of Sugio Pranata Catholic University Semarang, majoring in accounting department. I am in the first semester now. Next, today I'm going to present a journal article summary and titled Friends Translation and Benefit of General Journal for Indonesia Society. In this presentation, I will divide into 3 points, namely the opening, the content, and the closing. I will discuss the three directory in about 5 minutes. I will just present what I understand because honestly, I do not really understand and I'm still learning about accounting. Content. Here, I will explain what is the use of the general journal itself for Indonesia society. General journal itself a standard journal that format in general the journal itself is the first permanent accounting record after top of the transaction and is used to record the company's financial transaction chronology. General journal are usually used by a business entity to calculate the income and expense incurred by the company. The more companies that need general journal to calculate the income and expense, the more accountant companies are looking for to make a general journal. Next, first, I will explain what is a normal balance account. Account normal balance table. First, when your asset increase, record them in a debit position. Well, if the asset record them of the credit position. The normal balance of the asset account is on a debit. Next, number two, a debit or liability account is inversely related to asset. If debit increase, it is recorded on a credit position. Where if your debit is equals, it is recorded on a debit position. So that the normal balance of the debit or liability account is on the credit side. Next, number three, a capital account is the same as a debit account. So, if capital is increased, is this recorded on a credit position, and if capital in recorded, it is recorded on a debit position. Normal balance of capital on the credit side. Number four, income account are the same as debit and equity account. If income increase, record is on a credit position and if income decrease, record it in a debit position so that the normal balance of income is also on the credit side. Number five, in the expense account, sorry, in the expense account, the recording is the sum at the asset account if expense are decreased, they are recorded on the debit position. Well, if expense recorded, they are recorded on a credit position, and the normal balance of the root is also in the debit position. So, from the above understanding, we know that no matter how important a normal balance account is in making a general journal. For the next, I will you how to make a general journal that you can do very easily. Number one, understand the accounting equation. To keep a general journal properly, the first step you must take is to understand the basic accounting equation to basic accounting equation, namely asset, debit plus capital, which later expand to asset, debit plus capital plus income mean expense. Understanding to basic accounting equation refers to is also related to the group of accounts that are included in, for example, trade receivables in included in the asset group. Inventory is also included in asset and so on. In addition to the accounting equation and other account group, you should also understand the normal balance of the account. That why when you encounter a transaction, you can automatically classify in data. Number two, correct proof of transaction. If the first step is ignored, is this direct step in practice. To be able to write transaction in a journal, you must have proof of the transaction. Proof of transaction is a very important basis for recording a transaction in a journal because without proof of a transaction, it cannot be recorded in the journal. Therefore, make sure you have proof of transaction that will be recorded in a general journal. The proof of transaction can be in the form of notes, invoice, receipt, invoice, and so on. Number three, transaction identification. The next step is to identify the transaction. Not a transaction can be recorded. Transactions that might be recorded are transactions that result in change in financial position and can be put in monetary units. Therefore, you must identify the transaction before making the recording so that the recording result will be correct. After identifying transaction, determine its effect of on financial position. To make it easier, use the following basic account equation: asset, debit plus capital. Remember, in one transaction, at least it will affect two accounts. Number four. Number four. Arrive in the process of recording in a journal. The process of recording transaction into the journal tab journaling. The recording system used is the double entry system, which means that each recorded transaction will have an effect on two debit and credit financial position in the same amount. The journal format is follows. So it can be concluded that if we follow the steps of making general journal of correctly, the general journal that will be produced with will also be about correct too. The following is an example of a guard and correct general journal. Example journal. Example journal. Number one, 5 January 2018, Jaya invest 500 juta in is company PT Jaya Abadi. Number two, on 11 January 2018, a total of IDR 20 juta was paid for office rent for 1 year. Number three, on 15 January 2018, he purchased office equipment and equipment for 10 juta and 5 juta respectively. Next, number four, 22 January 2018, reserve income for cash sales of IDR 10 juta. Number five, on 25 January 2018, the employee salary for January is IDR 20 juta. Analysis of identification of transaction. Number one, the capital deposit increase the company's asset in cash of IDR 500 juta debit. Jaya capital increased by IDR 500 juta on the credit side. Number two, the company asset in the form of cash are recorded by IDR 20 juta credit to pay to rent. Homeware, the company also has asset in the form of prepaid and of IDR 20 juta debit. Number three, the company asset in the form of equipment increased by 10 juta and in the form of equipment amounting to 5 juta. Homeware, the company cash asset were recorded by 15 juta. Number four, the income from the sale made the revenue increase on the credit side by 10 juta. The company asset in the form of cash increased by IDR 10 juta debit. Number five, salary expense increased by 25 juta debit. The company's asset in the form of cash decreased by 25 juta credit. closing. So many presentation that I can deliver about the importance of general journal for the life of Indonesian people. I hope that the information I provide can help my friends to explore more about general journal again. If I if I have a wrong word, please understand to rest. Sorry and thank you for your attention. Good morning and thank you.